I grew up in a small town in Connecticut. My childhood was sheltered in the way that I never once had to worry about being on my own or in danger. My parents rebuilt an 1870s house by themselves, the home I grew up in my whole life. The home where my brother and I had our first meals surrounded by our loved ones, marked our heights on the bathroom wall, waved to our parents in the driveway as we walked to Catholic school down the road, dressed our dogs in clothes, had Beanie Baby adventures, and shared bursting laughter, shedding tears, bellowing songs, loud calls for dinner, the most amazing comfort food, Christmas excitement, pool splashing, all and more, plus family and friends. I was lucky to grow up the way I did. Every birthday, my brother and I would cuddle up next to my parents, and they would tell the day we were born. Every year, it was the same story, but we still enjoyed every bit of it. My parents gifted me with many unforgettable memories and adventures. When I was little, my mom gave me one of those cheap plastic cameras that she knew if I dropped it, it would all be okay. I used to take my mom's nice shiny one, and she would always say, "Ev, put the strap over your neck." I remember thinking how wild it was to capture that moment. My mom thought so too. I often found myself in the closet under my staircase. Found beneath the stairs were shelves and boxes filled with memories, stacks and stacks of processed film. I used to bring blankets, sit on the floor, and have flashbacks with each flip of the silky picture between my fingers. It took me back to those moments and emotions, the same feelings of awe, excitement, and curiosity. I guess you could say that's where my love for photography began. I immediately realized that a picture is worth so much more than a rectangular piece of paper. It has so much more embedded if we truly take our time, stare, and think. We all have something we love to see, think is beautiful, and have fun doing. As the weird child that I was, mine were often a bit skewed from beautiful or typical. I always chose to explore. I liked being outside and in a familiar place. I explored my backyard countless times, creating photos of my mom's garden every spring, the pool every summer, the woods every winter, the leaves every fall, and my house, family, and my friends a constant exploration as well. Each season passed, but I still had so many curiosities and new findings. Unexpected animals, new patterns in nature, the feeling of textures and life in that moment. Then my parents brought me on vacations, and the wonder rattled my brain like ecstasy. Sometimes we had a type of expectation and tickets in our hands. Other times, our journey was completely unknown. There were times my parents told me and Ryan to hop into our old Volvo and buckle up. They would pop in a Beatles album. We would ask where we were going, and they would press the arrow on the CD player. A magical mystery tour would start blasting. They'd look back at us with huge smiles and wide glimmering eyes, and just say, "You'll find out when we get there. It's a magical mystery tour." That sense of adventure and exploration has kept me going through my whole life. Usually, the camera was there with me, documenting those split seconds when my brain was believing in the wonder of the moment. As I grew, I found that the world was so much larger than the bubble of Brookfield. At 16, I got my driver's license. At 18, I got on an airplane by myself. Cars and planes opened my eyes to an even greater sense of fascination of the world. In seconds, minutes, hours, days, your scene could change, and a camera could capture all of it. Documentation led me to find more about myself and the world that I never knew could be imaginable. My camera stored it all: the raw beauty, wonderment, skepticism, perplexity, and surprise of my thoughts and the environment where my body existed. Time continues on, yet there are some things, such as my pictures and memories, that are timeless. It happened, I felt, and I saw, and my photos make it happen all over again. for as long as I keep them with me. That timelessness is the same as the story of the day I was born. The emotions are forever there, and that creation is what makes it beautiful. The parallel between the story of my birthday and my photographs is that it is all me. I am present in all of what you see, all of my experience, all of my growth. Just like my parents' story, photographs are my existence. I can look back, see how far I've come, and still never really get tired of seeing or hearing my own story. Life will keep happening, but honestly remember to be in the moment and continue to explore. Life is full of wonder.